Today we're going to check out 2005's The 40-Year-Old Virgin on 4K Blu-ray. I'm not here to talk about how good or bad this movie is, but if you've ever worked at Circuit City or at Best Buy, or if you're just into audio and video gear, there is a bunch of cameos in this movie, and I think it's worth a watch. I'm just going to share some of my thoughts on the audio and video quality. Now let's go over a few tech specs. The movie was shot on film. It's got a 4K DI. It's rated R. Runtime is 116 minutes. Aspect ratio is 185:1, and the audio gets a brand new Dolby Atmos mix. Now before we take a look at the audio and see how active this Atmos mix is, if you don't know what the Dolby Atmos viewer is, you can find a link down below in this video's description that tells you all about it, what it does, and where to get it. You can also find a list of all the gear that I use for these 4K reviews down there as well. I was a little surprised that they actually went back and gave this movie the Dolby Atmos treatment, because it's just a light-hearted comedy, well, dirty comedy that's really dialogue heavy. So there isn't really anything noteworthy as far as surround sound immersion. However, there is one scene which is around the 13-minute mark, which you will hear some effects that spiral around the entire room. It even used every single one of my speakers, so it is a dynamic mix. For the rest of the movie, if you have more than 4 top channels, only the middle row will be active for about 99% of the time. But what is pretty cool is that if you have 2 rows of seats or 2 rows of surrounds, each set will get its own discrete effects. Sometimes it's both rows at the same times, and other times it's either the second row will be active or the first row will be active. I'm not sure what the reasoning is behind that, but you do get a nice sense of depth at certain times. For the outside shots, it's mostly things like traffic or birds, that's outside ambiance, that you'll hear inside of or outside in a busy city. The same thing happens when you're inside the store, so there's sounds from the TVs or music or just people moving in the background. It's light, so it never becomes a focal point. The main thing is the center channel, which always remained easy to hear throughout. As for bass response, the only time anything meaningful happens in the subwoofers is during the car ride with Andy and the French toast girl. She's listening to some Missy Elliott in the car, which will make your subs bump pretty hard. Other than that, you might as well just turn off your subwoofers.
Get some fucking French toast.
Video quality wise, this might be one of the worst looking Blu-rays that I own. It's soft, it's over sharpened in parts, and it just looks bad. This is really a huge upgrade for image quality. It's not reference worthy, but coming from that Blu-ray, it is kind of a night and day difference. Now there are some shots that could pass for something shot recently. The close-up shots reveal all kinds of detail down to pores and Andy's individual chest hairs.
¿Cómo se llama? No, Kelly Clarkson!
There's some softer parts here and there, but as a whole, fine detail gets a very big increase. The color palette is natural, if not slightly subdued, so nothing that's gonna show off your display's HDR capabilities. It's got a fairly bright image with decent black levels for the nighttime shots with plenty of shadow detail, and I didn't notice anything being clipped or crushed. I think it's just a very nice looking 4K transfer, and definitely worth a purchase if you like this movie. It's an upgrade in every way. I'm gonna go with an 8 for video. Audio-wise, it's basically the same as the Blu-ray, with one scene that uses the Atmos effects fully, and there is some nice ambiance in the lower channels. I didn't go into this thinking it was gonna be a massive immersive surround upgrade. It's center channel heavy, and it did do its job. I'm gonna go with a 7.5 for audio. So what are your thoughts on this new 4K transfer of The 40-Year-Old Virgin? Did you like the movie, and do you think it's funny? Leave a comment down below and let me know. Now, if you do want to pick up this movie, I will leave some links for it down below in this video's description. As always, guys, thanks for watching. If you want, you can follow us on social media, and if you want to support the channel and get exclusive content or great discounts on audio and video gear, then stop by our Patreon page. Be sure to like this video if you found it useful and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll catch you again in the next video.